Hello everyone, this is Jain Bhattacharya, TGT English from JNV Jabalpur. Today we are going to learn a prose lesson, The Snake and the Mirror. It is written by Vaikam Muhammad Bashir. Vaikam Muhammad Bashir was a writer in Malayalam language. He writes short stories, he has written novels, and he has a very unconventional style of writing language. And he chooses very common language of the people to write his literary works. He was awarded Padma Shri also by the government of India, and he was a recipient of Kerala Sahitya Academy Fellowship, and he was awarded the Kerala State Film Award for the Best Story also. Before we proceed, I would like to have your opinions. Now tell me, do you like to look yourself in the mirror? The answer will be definitely yes. We all love to see our images, reflections in the mirror. Now, while looking in the mirror, what do you think at such times? Definitely, when we see our image, then we think of our looks only. Now, this is for the human beings. Have you seen any animal or a bird looking into a mirror? Personally, I have seen a bird striking mirrors in the house. Now, the similar feature, similarly, in this present story, we have a snake, an uncommon creature, and it gets attracted when it sees the mirror in front of it. Now, the story begins from here. What is the story of the snake and the mirror? First of all, it is a narrative within a narrative. How? The writer Vaikam Muhammad Bashir tells us the story told to him by the homeopath doctor. Now, the doctor told him that once in his room, a snake fell on his body. Then suddenly what happened? The snake saw the mirror and it turned its head. Anyhow, he could save his life. That was the story narrated by the doctor. Now from here, the chapter starts, the story starts. What happened? We can see in the company of friends, the doctor and his friends, they were discussing on a topic related with snake incidents. Suddenly what happened? This doctor, he came up with his personal experience of encountering a snake in his room. That was the story he wanted to narrate, and this is what the writer narrated to us. Now what happened? It was a hot summer night. The doctor was a bachelor. He returned home after a good dinner. When he came, he heard some noises coming from above. So it was a very common thing for him, because every day he used to hear the noise. Whose noise was it? It was the noise of the rats moving here and there. Here, the doctor presented a humorous expression of sharing the room. He said that in that particular house, other than him, the rats shared the room. So he said that he and the rats shared the room. Now, the description of the house in which the doctor used to live. So it was a rented house. It was not his own house. It was a rented house. And in this house there was no electricity in the night. No electricity. And he used to light a lamp. Now, with great effort, he was trying to go to sleep because it was too late night. But he couldn't sleep. Why? Because the wind god had taken time off. This is an expression mentioned in the passage. So what is the meaning of the wind god had taken time off? Means the wind was not blowing, and so the hotness was increasing. So the doctor couldn't able to sleep properly. So what he would do? He just came back to his room and sat on a chair. Then he saw a box which was kept under the table. He opened the box and from inside he took out a book, Materia Medica, his professional book in medicines, and he started reading. Now you will see that the table has some other things, that is this mirror, there is a comb, and this one is the lantern. Now what happened? Suddenly the doctor was attracted by this mirror because it was in front of him. He was attracted by the mirror. And he started thinking about his own personality, his own looks, how to look more handsome. So this is what he started thinking. In this process, what happened? He made two earth-shaking decisions, two important decisions. What was it? How to look handsome. Why? Because he was a doctor. He was a bachelor. And because of being a bachelor, he wanted to look very handsome. So what were the decisions he took? That he would keep a mustache, and there would be a very great smile on his face. So in this manner, he would present himself before the society. So while he was thinking this thing, he heard a noise from the above, that very similar noise. So he thought this noise was of rats moving from one place to other, here and there. Then again he was trying to sleep, but he couldn't sleep. He came back. Again one thought struck him. Now it was regarding the marriage. What type of lady he would choose to marry? So humorously he has presented that I will marry a lady who would be very fat, also wealthy, and if he did any mistake or mischievous activities, so that lady wouldn't be able to catch the doctor. That was his thinking. So it is a humorous way to present his thought. Now in the meantime, what happened? Again he heard a noise, and this time it was a different kind of noise. It was a thud. What is thud? Thud is the sound of something falling heavy on the floor. So the doctor thought it would be a rubber piece, but actually it was not so. While he was thinking like this, what happened? That the snake just crept up and coiled around the arm of the doctor. It coiled around the arm of the doctor. This is a rubber and rubber tube. This is a rubber tube. It has fallen on the ground like this, and this is how the snake coiled around the arm, left arm of the doctor. Immediately he was very much terrified. Could he do anything at that time? No, because there was no time for such reactions. He couldn't jump, he couldn't cry, he couldn't move. So that was his reaction. He was too much terrified. And the snake, it coiled around the left arm and it started crushing the arm. When it started crushing the arm, the doctor felt like a leaden rod, a heavy metal, which was crushing the arm. And he was feeling pain, and it was a feeling of molten fire, like that. So this is what the condition the doctor was undergoing. At this time, the doctor thought of the God. He remembered God. Please save me. He prayed to God. But it seemed that the God was not hearing the prayer. Now, what happened? The mirror came into play. The mirror came into play. The snake, he was attracted towards the mirror. And at this time, again, the doctor uses some humorous expression to describe the situation. What happened? That he said that the snake must have been attracted by its own beauty. And so he wanted to take a very closer look in the mirror. So it left the doctor and slowly started moving towards the mirror. Now, to make the situation more humorous, at this point, the doctor compared this snake, the activity of the snake, with his own thought. Some time back, he was thinking about his keeping mustache and all. Now here the same, he was thinking about the snake. So in a humorous manner, he told that the snake must have been thinking about keeping a mustache, if it is a male snake. If it is a female, it must be thinking of using the eyelashes, mascara, a vermilion to look itself more beautiful. So with this description, the snake uncoiled itself from the arm of the doctor and it reached the mirror. So the mirror played here a very important role of saving the life of the doctor. So this is an opportunity for this doctor to run from that place, to save his life. So the doctor took this opportunity and he ran hard, ran fast towards his friend's house, and he reached there in the night and took a great sigh of relief. There he took bath and stayed there, passed the night. The next morning, what happened? With his friends, he reached his house. It was open during the night. Now the entry of these thieves took all his belongings, whatever he had in his room, all took away by the thief. But there was one thing they left there. It was the vest, a dirty vest. Now the doctor said here that this fellow had a sense of cleanliness. This is a humorous expression the doctor used to describe the situation, and finally he was saved. So this is what is the story of the snake and the mirror. This is the vest which the doctor was talking about. So it was a dirty one. My vest, the dirty one, the fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing with soap and water. This is what humorously the story comes to an end. Now, something beyond this story, that is the theme of the story. The humorous plot revolves around the theme of vanity and fears and how they affect people. This story reflects on the pride, foolishness and stupidity found in human beings and how quickly they turn to gods in times of trouble. We learn that it is in the moments of fear that humans realize the futility of worldly achievements. The doctor is cured of his pride, vanity, after the encounter with the snake and realized the true value of life. Coming to some of the vocabularies related with snakes, you can see fangs. It is used for the pointed teeth. The movements, a snake slithers. If a snake is slithering means it is moving smoothly like this. So we have learned this expression in the chapter. We have learned this word also, that is wriggle. Wriggle is a twist and turn movements of the snake. Twist and turn like this. And this one you can see it is the head, and this portion of the head and snake is called as hood. Some words and phrases from this chapter which will help you to learn the lesson well. We have this expression like full-blooded cobra. If it is a full-blooded cobra, means he wants to say that it is a very frightening cobra, an impressive cobra. There is an expression like sat holding breath. If we are sitting holding breath, then we are not taking breath. Without breath, and stopping the breath, we are sitting. Turn to stone. Stone is a lifeless object. So turn to stone means just like a stone. It cannot move. So the doctor couldn't move. So unable to move out of fear. No mere image cut in granite. Granite is also a piece of rock. So he was no longer still. Means he was no longer afraid. Wind god seemed to have taken time off. Means the wind stopped blowing. Leaden rod. Leaden rod means a heavy metal rod. Molten fire means the burning hot sensation. Drained of all strength means feeling very, very weak. Lurch. Lurch means waiting in hiding in order to attack or harm somebody. So these are some of the important expressions which help you to understand the lesson well. Some humorous expressions which you will learn. The snake was admiring its own beauty. Snake, how it will be? Admiring the beauty. It wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Means it was so attracted by its own image that it went very close, very near. Was trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache. This is mustache. Or using an eyeshadow. Here we use eyeshadow. And mascara. So mascara is used in eyelashes. Or wearing a vermilion spot on his forehead. That is the vermilion, sindoor. The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. Means since this fellow had, means the thief had the sense of cleanliness, so he left that dirty vest and took away all the rest of the things. Now, dear students, I would like you to attempt an activity. You read the story and find out any interesting part from the story and write your own views. So in this manner, I would like to come to the end of my presentation. I thank you very much.